But let's get to Professor Idowu Sobowale, who is a former Commissioner of Education in Lagos himself. Good morning, Professor, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, Chamberlain. How are we?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. We heard the president, they talked about this retreat, about education, what to do, perhaps how they should focus on it. Does that in any way put a smile on your face, or do you think, oh, I hope they take this one step further, if not several steps further than that?
Well, the situation that we have in our hands now is a very delicate and very pathetic one. We all have been complaining about the state of education in Nigeria, and particularly the inability of our pupils and students to perform to our expectations. But then, we also have to take into consideration the processes of employing teachers into our school system. Ordinarily, when you hear that 21,000 people have been sacked just like that for incompetence, then certain questions pop up in your mind. How were they employed? Was there any test? Was there any standard set? What were the criteria for employing them? Now, this will also lead to the question of what happens to them now. They've been in employment for some time. They've been collecting salaries. We know the economy of Nigeria. What happens? How do they go? Now, I think the solution is we cannot compromise the standard of education. We should not, we must not compromise the standard of education. But we must also put a human face to whatever we are doing to remedy the very ugly situation that we have in our hands right now. Now, my own suggestion would be for the Kaduna State government to carry on a policy of not allowing our children to be taught by those who should be taught themselves. In other words, those who are not at all qualified to teach them. But then, you must also think of what to do to those teachers that have been laid off. And my suggestion is that there should be a crash program of training for those of them that are trainable, so that they can brush them up and bring them up to an acceptable standard of competence. If that is done, then it's not all the 21,000 that will lose their jobs at the end of the day. But even then, come to think of it, when you have laid off 21,000 people, where do you get replacement for them? I'm not unmindful of the fact that there is this misconception that teaching is a job for just anybody. That is wrong. That should not be so. It should be people who have been trained as employed. Then, how do you get 31,000 in one person? That is a problem. So that is where suggestion that I have made, that to get the best people.
All right, the line seems to be...
After a while, to fill the gap.
All right, Prof, because the line's not really clear, getting to hear you, but I hope it gets clearer now, because many people will will question and are really concerned that at this time that Kaduna State is taking this action, we may begin to see a ripple effect from other states. Is this a structural problem, do you think, or does it root from the budgetary allocation, as it were? This administration for 2018 is budgeting 7% of the budget to the education sector.
Well, definitely it is a structural problem. It's not a problem that started yesterday or that will go away tomorrow. It's a problem that has to be confronted once and for all in order that you can have a good foundation to build on and also a kind of permanent solution to this type of malpractice in our employment system. Our leaders should be firm enough that once standards are set, those standards are kept.
All right, Professor, we appreciate your thoughts. We'll have to anchor at that point. Thank you very much indeed for your comments, Professor Ido Oshobawale is the former Commissioner of Education in Lagos. And speaking about which, you know, the well-being, welfare of students, members of society, even those who've gone to school, those who are about to go to school. Speaking about job creation, youth empowerment, that's what we're focusing on next. I mean, the government did promise they were going to do quite a number of things. Well, how have they fared? Those are some of the issues we're considering next as we hand to Markwe.